welcome to the Gran Turismo Online League. It's time for the Winston Cup Series. Yes, it's not a NASCAR race today, but it is on Gran Turismo. And as always, I'm joined in the booth by Rashad Metz. Rashad, how are you doing today?
I am doing awesome today, Miles. Super excited.
I know we are both huge NASCAR fans, so to get to see these old NASCAR drivers and schemes out there on the racetrack here in GT, this is awesome. I'm smiling ear to ear right now getting ready to watch this race.
Oh man, look at those beautiful schemes on those cars. Let's get this Mets painting grid walk started, Miles.
Oh, so this is our first installment of the Mets painting grid walk here in the Winston Cup Series. So, Rashad, you care to start us off?
All right, starting on pole, the Rocket Man himself, Ryan Newman. That beautiful Dodge Auto scheme starting on pole. Really excited to see. We haven't really seen much of what these guys can do yet, but I'm super excited to see if Ryan Newman can win this race.
Rolling off P2 is Ward Burton. Ward Burton won the 500 here in 2002. Can he do it again here tonight in the GTO League? Let's see how fast that number 22 Caterpillar skid steer car can do here tonight. The Dodges have been pretty fast during qualifying as they take up the first two positions. So let's see how that Bill Davis Racing number 22 will be able to do.
Rolling off P3, we have the number 97 Sharpie car of Kurt Busch. Not really somebody you would see often on the winning. It's not somebody you see often up front in a super speedway race, but he has won a Daytona 500 in a 41 car. Let's see if he can get it done again.
And rolling off right behind them is the Roush Yates Racing car and the number 88 of Dale Jarrett. Dale Jarrett's been pretty fast throughout his entire career, but here he is tonight in the GTO Winston Cup Series. So let's see how that UPS Brown car will be able to go up front. Hopefully he can go win one for Nick Collier.
All right, rolling off next, we have the 20 Home Depot Pontiac of Tony Stewart. Super excited to see what Tony Stewart can do. He's one of those guys that are super aggressive on these plate races, and I expect to see him in the front very soon.
Rolling off right behind him is his teammate in that other Pontiac Grand Prix. This is Bobby Labonte. Bobby Labonte is your 2000 NASCAR Winston Cup Series champion. So let's see if the former champion will be able to run up front. Hasn't won a Daytona 500, but let's see how the 18 car will be able to do.
Rolling off next, we have a superb plate track driver of Dale Jr. in that number 8 DEI machine. Super excited. Dale Earnhardt Jr., especially lining up behind Tony Stewart, somebody who shares a very similar style of with him as running these tracks. So I expect to see them working together and pushing their way to the front.
Going off behind him is Jeff Gordon, the number 24 car, the Wonder Boy. This young kid is a really fast race car driver in the late 90s and early 2000s, so that 24 DuPont Chevrolet is going to be up front. Look for that Monte Carlo to be joining up with his Hendrick teammate Jimmy Johnson, so look for the 24 car to be running up front.
Rolling in P3, we have the Intimidator himself, former Daytona 500 winner, Dale Earnhardt Sr., expecting to see him try to go for another Daytona 500 victory after it took him multiple years to win his first Daytona 500. Let's see if he can get it done again.
Rolling off behind him is Mark Martin. Mark Martin still looking for that first ever championship, but he's got a chance to win here at Daytona here tonight in that number 6 Viagra car. Them Roush Fenway Ford Tauruses have been really fast throughout qualifying and practice, so let's see how that Roush Ford will be able to do tonight.
Rolling off next, we have the number 2 Miller Lite machine of Rusty Wallace, somebody you really don't see doing too much on plate tracks, but I'm super excited to see what he's going to do, especially since it's Miller time. Hopefully he's not driving under the influence, nobody drink and drive, but I'm super excited to see what that number 2 Blue Deuce can do today. And
rolling off P last is a 7-time champion himself, Jimmy Johnson, in the number 48 Lowe's Monte Carlo. Didn't have the qualifying effort he wanted, but he said he's got a fast car, and he hoping that he can work his way through the field here tonight. And that's it for your Mets painted grid walk. Are you ready to get this thing underway?
I'm ready to go green, Miles. I'm ready to go green.
This thing is going to be great, and we are about to get this thing underway here at Daytona. And boogity, the Daytona 500 is underway in the GTO Winston Cup Series.
Ryan Newman goes up the block, the top lane already.
And that pack gets up to speed. Newman up front blocking the hind lane. Here goes Busch to the inside. Is he going to be able to complete the pass? Yes, he does. Got some help.
Got Tony Stewart. Oh, man, look at that pack form up. Beautiful, bright schemes.
Newman stuck on the outside lane. Busch clears him for the lead now, as Stewart's trying to make some moves on the bottom.
Jeff Gordon doesn't seem like he wants to work with him. He wants to try to make a pass, but couldn't quite get the run.
Oh, we got three wide at Dex, and Ward Burton is looking to the middle. In between Dale Jarrett, they're bumping and banging.
Trying to get to the lead. Look at him making positions. Oh my goodness. Look at those 4 cars lined up on the inside. Ryan Newman, Tony Stewart, Dale Sr.
Newman back to the lead.
Oh, 3 wide again. Jeff Gordon and Bobby Labonte trying to go to the middle.
Oh, they're battling hard back there in the pack. 3 wide in the middle.
These drivers are already being aggressive. It's a 10-lap shootout at Daytona.
Newman's still up front.
Look at the star power that we have in this grid right now. A lot of accomplished drivers. Tony Stewart's trying to find a way to work around, but look at that top lane. Ryan Newman is pulling off a masterclass of working the grooves, trying to not make one way faster than the other, just working them really well on the inside. See, the high side got a nice run, so he went to the bottom to try to suck them back forward. Smart racing.
Dale Jarrett working with that number 22 car on the outside lane, trying to get the outside lane rolling. They got a little 3-car push as the back of the pack is starting to get a little bit disarrayed here. Starting to split up a little bit.
See if anybody's going to be any big moves so far, but look at these drivers go at it. 3 wide, Tony Stewart being aggressive.
Trying to make a move. Dale Jarrett stuck on the outside. He's pushing him out of line.
And it works, but he destroyed the outside lane.
You see a couple of those drivers in the back kind of worried about losing the draft now. Mark Martin in the back, Jimmy Johnson back there. But look at that outside lane get rolling. And they got that outside lane formed up.
These drivers are going to have to really hunker down and work together in order to, I think right now, what are you looking for? Are you looking for your teammate, or are you looking for maybe somebody with your same manufacturer? What are you looking for this time in the race, Miles?
Well, you know, all these NASCAR Cup Series veterans, they're really just looking to find any friend out there. They're learning this new car, learning this new track, learning this new series, learning everything they can. All these cats are out there racing as hard as they can right now.
But Ryan Newman is still in the lead of this race.
Oh, 3 wide, Jarrett in the middle for second.
Oh, look at the inside. Kurt Busch gets to the inside of Ryan Newman. Can finally challenge him for the lead. He's going to get the help, though.
Trying to get some side draft there.
Those 2 Dodges on the outside that qualified together. Just
Earnhardt moves Wallace up the track. They don't call him the Intimidator for nothing.
Look at the
3 wide again. Wallace in the middle now.
Blocking like his life depends on it right now. Oh my goodness.
Look at this beautiful shot of them thundering off of turn 4. Come to get the halfway point of this 10-lap shootout.
Couldn't block him, but look at that. Tony Stewart's on the inside behind Kurt Busch. I feel like Tony Stewart could be the key to disrupting the flow and the power and the speed of that outside line. That momentum on the outside lane has really built up. As you see, they're really hard to pass. But look at them bouncing off of each other right now in the 3 wide situation I think we're in.
And we're on the in-car cameras of the Stewart's Pontiac now, watching Martin rub and door bubble.
Rusty Wallace must not have the speed, because he's getting moved by a lot of drivers this race.
Oh, they're making a big challenge for the lead now. Stewart's looking to the inside. He doors Newman up the racetrack.
Tony Stewart is being really aggressive, as we said in the grid walk. Tony Stewart was out here to win this race today. Getting some help from... Oh, look, he puts the block on Ryan Newman, solidifying his lead.
Stewart started in the middle of the pack. He's now leading the thing. Here goes Mark Martin.
Entering the second half of the race, lap 6 out of 10. Mark Martin
3 wide moment again.
Bobby, look at Jimmy Johnson all the way up to P3.
Jimmy Johnson started last. He's up to 3rd place.
Oh my goodness, but look how fast these drivers are shuffling out of line as these drivers go for 3 wide moves. A lot of bumping and banging. Usually you don't see this much contact at a plate track like Daytona, but right now we're seeing a whole hell of a lot of it. Look at Bobby
side
Labonte.
by side. Mark Martin searching for his first 500 victory, trying to get that Roush forward into victory lane, but Bobby Labonte hungry. And here comes Newman giving a massive shove to the outside lane.
Here comes Ward Burton, trying to get some help. But look at the difference between the inside and the outside grooves. Look how uniformed and formed up the outside groove is.
The outside. Ooh, 4 wide moment there. Oh, some Doran.
Gosh.
Look, 3 wide still. Able to get it sorted out though. Newman stuck on the outside. He's going to lose a lot of spots here as they thunder down the back straightaway.
These drivers are being so aggressive.
When do you think it's go time here at Daytona? When do you think that these drivers need to start making moves?
Right now, I feel like it is go time. These
3
drivers
by 3
wide. Look at
middle.
Dale Sr. on the inside. Dale Sr.
He's seeing the air. I'm telling you what, that cat right there can see the air.
But look, that huge run they had, that 3 wide move disrupted the momentum of the outside lane, so it's giving the inside just a bit of it, more of an advantage. I think this is Ryan Newman's chance to go to the lead, but he couldn't quite get there because Tony Stewart put up a block.
3 laps remaining. Trying to look how formed up that outside lane is. Oh, another 3 wide. They're starting to stack up in the top lane though. That's going to allow Newman to get a run on the bottom. Oh, that outside lane checked up a little bit. They stacked up. And now they're losing some time as Newman's going to clear Stewart for the lead.
Newman has been up in the front the entirety of this race. But is somebody going to help Dale Sr. get some momentum? He really needs some help. That inside lane is not very
3 wide back there in the back of the pack.
I think Johnson has fell back to the back of the field again.
This is a tough field to be in here tonight.
Uh-oh, Dale Sr. is going to try to go for the lead. Can he get to the quarter panel of... Forced to check up. Ryan Newman put the beautiful block on him.
As the field's starting to scatter out a little bit back in the back, them cats might have to worry about losing the draft.
2 laps to go.
2 laps to go here. Look at Earnhardt Sr. though. He's one of the best restrictor plate racers of all time. He's one of the only drivers in the field that still runs an open-faced helmet. Says that it helps him feel the air as he's driving around the racetrack. Oh, Jarrett's trying to get her on the bottom. Here comes Jimmy Johnson by himself. 4 wide. 4 wide.
Oh my God.
4 wide still. They're
Jimmy
bumping and
Johnson,
banging.
Jimmy Johnson, what a run to P2.
What a run.
P3.
30 wide.
Johnson all the way to the front.
Up to P2. Off of turn 4 to get the white flag.
Jimmy Johnson trying to challenge for the lead. Is he going to get some help?
Johnson trying to win his 3rd Daytona 500. Newman trying to win his 2nd. Nose to tail as they get the white flag. 1 to go at Daytona.
Oh my God. You would have never expected Jimmy Johnson to be up in P2.
He is there. Here comes Senior with a run to the inside. Look, he gets to the inside of Johnson. Johnson hung out to dry on the outside now.
The inside lane was formed up. The outside lane is not very formed up.
Here goes Wallace to the outside. Hit Newman's teammate. If those two can get locked together, it might as well be over with. Labonte trying to make a move. 3 wide.
3 by 3 by 3.
3 by 3 by 3. Through the final turns, they bump and bang.
Oh, for the who's gonna get the win?
Who's gonna get the win?
Ryan
Through
Newman is
the
loving what he's
final
seeing
turn.
right now. Ryan Newman is loving what he's seeing. Get Tony Stewart trying to get a run.
To the line.
Ryan Newman
wins at Daytona. What a finish.
Oh my
2nd.
gosh. 3 by 3 by 3. But Newman, Labonte, Earnhardt, Senior, Stewart, and Martin round out the top 5. You see his Jimmy Johnson got shuffled out.
As Newman's doing a little celebratory burnout.
Newman 2.
Newman number 2. But what a race that these NASCAR veterans put on. That might have been one of the funnest races I've ever watched. And here's your finishing order. By 98 one-hundredths of a second, Newman beat out Bobby Labonte. What a race here tonight.
I'm thinking this is going to be a series, Miles.
Yeah,
I'm feeling it.
This is definitely going to be something good. But thank you for joining us for the first installment of the Winston Cup Series in the GTO League. The GTO League is brought to you by Metz Painting, where improvement is their specialty. Wow, what a race. What a race.
An awesome race. Oh my gosh. I just want to thank everybody that's involved with the GTO series and the ideas creating this series off a whim. Thank you to Miles Johnson for spending 4 million credits to put this race on for us, and the hours it took him to put all these schemes on these cars. Incredible race. Super excited to see these drivers tackle Northern Isle next, which will be the second race of the series. Super excited to see what's happening next, man. Oh my gosh.
Thank you all for watching the first installment of the Winston Cup Series. Hope we will be back in a little bit.